guys, welcome in. So I got a request today for hands and feet. Jackie's in the room with me, but she's being camera shy. So I'm going to start with feet. So I'm going to angle towards my feet so you can see my feet. Okay. So we're just going to start. We've got the big softball and the hard small ball here. And so I'm going to go right underneath the right foot. And I want you to just go back and forth. It's still showing all the function. Keep going, guys, back and forth. There we go. And then just stay on that ball and take your joints all around. Just take them around. And so I'm just swirling my joints around. It's kind of like doing a little modern dance. And then I want you to step back and go right underneath your big toe metatarsal. That bone and press. And then the second one. Oh, feels lovely. And the third. Bring it back. And the fourth. And your goal is to get those little metatarsal bones to pop up. And the fifth. And then we're going to go to the small ball. And we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go underneath the big toe metatarsal and make it pop up. The second metatarsal. Good. The third metatarsal. Fourth metatarsal. Oh, and it feels so good after skiing.
Not that I went skiing, but
Just shuffling. I'm just like I'm swiping my phone to off. Again. And again. So Krista, this is for you. Feet and hands. Two more. And then we're going to go halfway between the big toe and the heel. Now, if this hurts, I want you to switch to the softball and then put pressure. I'm going to come closer to you guys on the camera so you can see. And what I do is I kind of wiggle it in until I find my guitar strings and just pause on it. And then you're going to roll it up right underneath that big toe metatarsal and put pressure. Over to the outside of the foot, halfway between the heel. And then right where the heel is down into the arch. This is right. I want you to go side to side. You might feel some guitar strings in there. And then we're going to work it all the way to the back of the heel. And at the back of the heel, we're going to work it back again, right to the arch. And we're just going to stay there and kind of tighten up into a little wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And just pause, squish all the fluid out, and allow fluid to come back in. We're going to switch to the soft ball. And general rule on our feet, I want 5 to 7, so you're going to start underneath the big toe metatarsal and push that fluid through the heel. Allow it to run up the back of the leg, and there's no pressure coming back. Second, and push. It's kind of funny with just the feet on the camera. And the third, we don't have mats up on the reformers today, so I had to do it on the floor. Next one. And the next one. Now 2 spots, just where it feels really good. Maybe one more spot, and just rolling through, pushing through. And then we'll scribble everywhere. So just take it and scribble. and then switch to the other side. But if you feel the foot into the floor, you'll just feel like it's soft, kind of melting through that tile. So we'll go to the other side, right in the middle of the arch, just side to side, just like you're a big cat in a pillow. Ah, we'll just do this for 3 hours. Let's do 2 more. And just like you're doing a modern dance, we're going to take and just swirl our joints kind of around that foot, around our core. And this is just turning us on of like where we are in space. So if you find yourself walking in the doorways or hitting in the furniture, this is a good thing to do to get you back in your body so you're no longer beside yourself. Now bring it back and go under the big toe and put pressure. Oh, I almost feel like I can get a pop. Second metatarsal, put pressure. Just let your metatarsal melt around it. And the third. The fourth. Good. And the fifth. And we're going to do the same thing with a small ball. But if this is too hard, and then I want you to go back to the softball. Go underneath and press. And so for you guys at home, even though we're doing melt, I'm not using the small melt balls here because if we hit the grout line, they crumble. So I use these balls so they don't crumble on my grout lines. Next one. Next one. Good. And instead of using a hard ball, let's go to the soft ball to swipe through it. And I'll go back to the hard ball here in a second. So I want you to start underneath the big toe metatarsal, and I want you just to swipe the fluid through to your pinky metatarsal, and then do it again. Five to 7 of these. It's just one directional. And then I'm going to switch back to the hard ball. It's up to you if you want to use hard or soft. Halfway between the big toe and the heel, kind of start where you can look down, barely see the ball, and just kind of tiptoe it in until you find that pocket or just like some strings right there. How we doing, Jackie? Oh, you feel great. Pause there for a moment. Let all the stress release and melt off the body. Then right where the big toe metatarsal goes down into the arch, put pressure. Oof. And then to the outside, halfway between the pinky toe and the heel, and put pressure. And then where the heel comes down into the arch. And I want you just to start working it side to side like you're making a rainbow. And work it all the way to the back of the heel. And then work it back where the heel goes down into the arch. And then we're going to tighten this up into a little shear, just like we're making shampoo bubbles in our hair. We're shampooing our hair, but we're shampooing our fascia. And just pause and squeeze all the juice out. And then release. We're going to go back to the softball to rinse the feet. So we just created these small pools of fluid in our feet. And underneath that big toe, we're going to swipe all the way through to our heel. And then there's absolutely no pressure coming back. And from the second metatarsal through the heel. And then no pressure. And again. All the way through. No pressure. All the way through. So general rule, 5 to 7. A little dirt chunk on the floor over there. And then just take it and scribble every which direction. Just like you're a 2-year-old, we're coloring a picture.
That was too relaxing.
Good, and just pause. And so what I like to do here is just stand and check your balance. See how grounded you feel. And then we're going to close our eyes and do the same exact thing. You should feel really grounded after that. We'll also check after we do the whole melt. So we can bring it down. Guys, I know on the camera the light's really funky. Sorry about that. We've got afternoon sun coming in. So, hello. So we're going to bring it down. And you can sit on your roller too. You just take it. Let's do the hands. If that doesn't give you enough support, you can use your other roller. It's a little bit bigger. Does that feel comfortable? Okay. So what I want to do is just go right in the center of the hand. Don't do CPR. Just go straight down. And then go underneath the pointer metatarsal. So you have this bone popping up and put pressure. And then the second one, put pressure. Good. And the ring finger, put pressure. And the pinky, and put pressure. Good. Then we're going to go straight down from the pinky, right on this pad here, and put pressure. And then right in the separation here, and put pressure. And then underneath that thumb, put pressure. And then we're going to take and just knead this. I didn't know there was any stress in my hands till right now. Then you can hold it and do an indirect and just wiggle the thumb around. Then hold the middle finger down. And we're going to go from the pinky pad down here, and we're just making like a smiley face back and forth. Oh. Crunchy. And then we're going to pick up the ball. Actually, we're going to switch. So go to the big ball. And we're going to squeeze here. It's like you're putting in a web here. Squeeze it. And we're opening up these joints. Then go next joint. The fingers are bent. You can feel these metacarpals separate. Next one. And press. I probably should have put lotion on my hands. It is so dry today. Being out in the weather. And the next one. So you guys who have the melt bags too, the small mushy ball also works for this if your hands can't go around it. Then we're going to place the hand down, and we're going to start at the base of the thumb, and we're going to roll to the thumbnail, and then bring it back and do it again. And then the pointer, and do it again. Middle finger, gesture finger, if Nancy Drake was here. And the ring finger twice. And the pink twice. Good. And then we're going to take that fluid and we're going to start underneath the pointer finger, and we're going to roll it through the forearm. So if you have a bunch of bracelets or watches on, we might want to take them off and then do it to the other side, just all the way through that forearm. About 5 to 7 of these. And you're only going one direction because we're taking those pools of fluid that we created in the hand and we're pushing it on up that arm. What's great too is you'll feel a release in your neck. Ah, which we always need. Good, and then scribble everywhere on the hand. It's hard to see me with my hat on, with the camera looking down on me. Hi, guys. And switch to the other hand, right in the middle, and press straight down. Nice. Go underneath the first metacarpal, the pointer finger, let it pop up. And the second, let it pop up. Good. The third, and the fourth. We're going to go straight down from the pinky. So we're going underneath the pinky pad here and put pressure. And then right in the center, the base of that palm. So kind of like where the cliff of the chin is right there. And then underneath the thumb pad. And I want you to make small circles, just kind of working that thick area right below the thumb pad. And then hold it there and just make circles with your thumb. Oh, isn't that great?
I'm so relaxed right now.
Then push the middle finger down, just go side to side. And then pick up the hand. You want the ball to go right on that web. Bend the knuckles and give it a squeeze so you'll see your metacarpals separate. Next one. Squeeze. Try your little one. It's not. You got it? You can help it too. Place the hand on the floor and start at the base of the thumb. We're going to push that fluid through the thumb now. We're going to do that twice. That's just pushing those little pools of fluid through. And then the pointer finger. And then the middle finger. And the ring finger. And pinky. Good. And that's just lovely. And then from there, we're going to not go away from the tummy, like we're not pushing away. Let's take it across. For you guys who are in Pagosa right now, we got about, 6 inches down here in town. And then up at the ski resort, we got about 10 inches. So it was just lovely powder today. 5 to 7, general rules through. And then just take it and scribble it everywhere. We don't have the dogs chasing the balls today. They stayed home. They were all happy to be home. Good. Oh, they get so cold. And we're going to release that. And you're just going to set the ball somewhere where they don't go rolling away. So on these mats, we just had these little handy little spots. So we're going to lay down and just take inventory of our body here. So I want you to have your You take your knees to one side. Do you want the bigger roller? Do you enjoy the bigger one?
Sure.
Okay, there you go. Thank you, thank you. And we're gonna tuck it right underneath our tailbone. Sit right on the edge. Make sure it's nice and straight behind you. We're gonna roll down onto it and tap the top of our head. Just like your nice sailboat. How's that feel? Now, so you guys. Keep intentional pull and switch. Woo. Letting your step. And as you make it roller up high on our hand. Heels. Go thicker. And we're going to go underneath that left calf. And I want So slide that left heel directly underneath your tailbone. Put it right in the chubbiest part of your calf. Relax your feet. And underneath. A bit lower, just to a place that may be calling to you. Relax the feet completely. Good. Pull that roller up above our knee joint. So a good rule in melt is to never roll your joints. We're going to bring one elbow or the other to the floor. And we're going to pop up on that hip. And we are directly above that knee joint. You can stack if that's too heavy. Switch to the other side. Just right above the knee, not on the joint ever. Basic rule, don't roll your joints. Good, you turn on your core here. And then add a swirl to it. It's just a 6-inch area above that knee joint. And just rock back and forth, keeping that core on. Remember, if this is too intense, take that top foot off and bring it to the floor. And just pause. We are going to do inner since we're on the floor. We won't fall off the machine. So what I want you to do is take your roller out, right and straight out in front of your hips. Bring it down when you're comfortable. Then bring the knee directly in front of the hip. And in that position, I want you to push the top of your roller away like a capital Y and straighten the leg. Remember, you're right above the knee joint. Turn on the core so you're not in your lower back. And we're just going to press in and out. We have a hard time doing this up on the mats on the machines because we'll fall off. And then find a spot and just bend and straighten. If your neck hurts in this position, you can always go down. You can use your other roller as a pillow. And then keep it bent at a 90-degree angle and just lift that heel up and down. Finding stuff, Jackie? I did mine this morning, my inner thighs. Mine are more mellow than they were this morning. You can also search for different spots too. But if you feel any thunk-thunks, just pause and don't go in that area, just switch it. And then just let it pause, and let's take a beach ball breath here. Breathe in all 6 different directions. Good, nice. And we'll take it to the other side. So I'm just going to flip, so I'm still looking at the camera. I'm bringing it down. So I want that roller straight out from the hip. Put the knee on it, and the knee straight out from the hip. Push the top of the roller out like a capital Y. Straighten the leg, turn on your core. Rest your head if you want. And just press out and in, keeping that core on. I feel like I'm pulling my pants off with the rollers. Legs first. So put yourself up. I'm going to move my mat over a little bit. Now we're not stuck to the mat. We're going to start underneath our right ankle. You can use your other foot as a rudder. And you're going to push the fluid up almost to the knee and then turn it out and pull it down the side. But you can also pull it down the back. So you can just pull. Try to relax the shoulders. Tile makes it easier on carpet. If you're on carpet, you can just push and pull without the tush moving. But since we're on tile, we can just slide like a dust mop. Now go higher, so go above the knee, never roll the knee joint. Knee goes in, and we're going to push all the fluid up towards that sit bone and pull it down the side of the back. I like to pull the skin around, pulling it one way and then pulling it the other way. One more. Heaven. The switch. So you're on your left ankle. Turn that knee in. Push the fluid up and then out. I feel the need to bust Peggy. So Peggy, if you're watching it and not actually doing it, get your roller and move. She was saying that she'll watch the mat class and she'll just end up watching it instead of doing it. So Peggy, if you're out there, we love you. We miss you. Can't wait to see you after this whole craziness ends soon.
Hi, beautiful.
Jackie says hi.
Miss her.
Girl crush. I'm Peggy. Bring the knee in and press all the way to the sit bones and then out to the side. I still got to film some Matt. But she likes to do Matt at home, and I just haven't done any recently. One more. Or let's do one more after that to make it even. Good. The legs are rinsed. We're going to sit back on our mat. We're going to sit on the. We're going to do our sacrum. So that triangle right between the glutes. It's that almost lower back. Then take your knees and turn slightly to the left. We're starting getting into that deep hip or the piriformis. And then take your knees the opposite way. One more. Good. And from there, we're going to lay down. So I like to use my knees and just kind of roll down. And we're going to lift our pelvis up. Bring the knees up one at a time and just take them over just to the left side, maybe 8 inches, and make a small circle. It's getting warm in here now. Did you warm up, Jackie? Oh, the coldest floor ever. No, floor. And then hold just slightly over to the left. And I really like to keep my ribs pulled in, my core on. For you guys at home, it's a hot day for me because it was helmet hair from skiing. Then bring it back to center. Take a nice beach ball breath, all 6 directions. And then take it over to the right and just make small circles. Keeping the ribs in. And marching. And pause. Bring your left knee into your chest and tuck your tail as if you're going to do a cannonball. If you're going to do a cannonball into the pool, then drop your right foot to the floor. Now on your right foot, I want all 4 points on the mat and tuck your tail. You're going to feel the fascia in the front of that right thigh. Watch that knee doesn't go out to the side. Mine loves to. Keep it right in. Again, feel all 4 points of the foot, side to side, front to back. Tuck tail even deeper. Ooh, cramp and switch. Bring the right knee into the chest and tuck tail. Tuck tail even deeper and shoot lasers to that left knee. Make sure all 4 points of the foot are grounded into the mat. Oh. Bring both feet to the mat and straighten the left leg where your quads are even or parallel to each other. I want you to drop your tailbone heavy. And with your tailbone heavy, you're going to sneak up on that fascia really slow. And I don't want you to go for the hamstring. I want you to find that fascia, that little tensional pull. Make your tailbone heavy. So don't worry about your foot being super high. That would be hamstring. Just feel that fascia in the back of the leg. One's talking about skiing. Turn the foot out, the leg out, and cross it over the midline. And I like to take that right knee and also cross, so you're crossing both. Pulling the toes back, let your tailbone be heavy. Everybody feels this a little bit different, but I usually feel this in the fascia of my feet, especially after running or skiing. Bring that foot back down, straighten the right leg, keeping the tailbone heavy, so I tied a bowling ball to it, and sneak up slowly, like hunting rabbits. Shoot lasers through the heel. Ah, more heaven. Turn the whole leg out and bring it across the midline. You also take your left knee and go across the midline. Oh, how's that, Jackie? We can just stay here. It feels so good. Oh, but we got to do drawbridge. Bring both knees in and tuck the tail. So tucking the tail, rib cage drops down. We're going to straighten the right leg to the ceiling and point the toes this time. You're going to hug the left knee in. If this hurts your knee, go underneath. And we're going to drop that left foot until we bounce in our little onesie suit of fascia. And it'll feel almost like a diving board, like you could bounce on it. So you're not trying to hold it up, but just let it relax. Bring the right arm up and then just cheekbone height. And bring your left ear to the mat. Keep hugging in that left knee, tuck the tail. Try to get your lower back down on the mat. And see if you can feel it relaxing down to that fascia. Again, taking that tight pair of jeans out of the dryer and stretching them. Switch. Bring the right knee in. Bring the left to the ceiling. Tuck tail. You can go underneath the knee if the knee hurts and lower it down until you feel it kind of hit that fascia suit. I like to think of those jammies, those footy jammies. And then take your left arm up, cheekbone height. Tuck tail even more. And bring your right ear, you can lift it up and bring it down to the floor. Tuck tail even more. Reach those fingertips. Nice. Then bring your knees up right above your navel and your hands go on your legs or your thighs, just like stop in the name of love. And I want you in this position to hold your knees still, but tuck your pelvis, so tuck tail, and then tilt and make your pelvis heavy. And then tuck slowly so you can feel the fascia right above your sacrum into that lower back and tilt away so that your tailbone is heavy. Move slowly so you feel it and tuck. Oh, and tilt. Make sure that your heels are slack to your glutes. Good, and then release. We're going to take that roller out and we're going to place it right behind our scapula tips. So if you reach back to the tips of your scapula in the bottom, you want it 1 inch above. Get it nice and straight. Hands go behind the head. Let's just take a measurement. So I want you to hold your rib cage down like I'm standing on your rib cage and just open up the sternum without the rib cage moving. And bring it halfway up and let's take our right armpit to our right hip. And we're going to breathe into our left rib cage. And take it over to the other side. And breathe into the right side. And then bring it back to center. Make sure that your neck is completely relaxed into your hands. Bring your elbows together like you're holding a yoga block. This helps present the spine to the roller. Lift your core up just a tiny bit, like a quarter of an inch. Let's roll the top third of our spine. Oop, ran over my hair. Is it Rice Krispies? Crunch, 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 crunch. Drink tons of water. You guys at home too, make sure you're drinking half your body weight in ounces of water. Drop your hips and make sure that your elbows are smiling at your quads and just go side to side. Just as if you had a child safety cap underneath your spine, you're trying to push against that roller and open it. Then walk your feet another 2.5 inches closer. So we're right above the bro line or bra line, and then right over it and right below it. So we're working the mid part of our thoracic. So the thoracic spine is anywhere where a rib attaches into the spine. You're going to drop the hips. Make sure your elbows are smiling at your quads, dropping the ribs even deeper, and go side to side. Make sure the hips are weighted down. Feel like a slinky dog. And bring it back to center. Walk the feet in another 2.5 inches closer and roll the lower. I'm off my mat. And from here, just side to side. You feel like a slinky dog? Just doing more side to side. So again, we've created pools of fluid down our spine. So we want to take these pools of fluid and rinse them down to the body. So bring it to the center, just take a break. And this is where the foam roller tries to undress you. You're going to bring it all the way up, the roller up on the spine, but not on the neck. Never on the neck. Bring the elbows in, and we're going to push all that fluid like a steamroller down, stopping before we're on the kidneys, and reset. And again, elbows smiling. So you're thinking about rolling on the heel side of your roller, never on the top of the roller. Drop the hips and reset. Do it again. Steamroll. Drop the hips and reset. And again. Drop the hips and reset. Nice. From there, we're just going to bring it back behind our ear canal. So if you were to stick your fingers in your ears, that's right where I want the roller. And we're going to do the backstroke with your ears. It's like your ears are swimming in a warm, hot spring. Just doing the backstroke with the sun shining down on the body. Bring it back to center and just tilt your nose at a 45-degree angle to one side and make small circles. Remember, you're not trying to push the head down to the roller. Pause and take it to the left and make small circles. I love melt. It's always so amazing. Bring it back to center, especially when you've gone out and skied all day or shoveled all day and deserve it. You're going to take that roller up another 1.5 inches. But I have to hold on to the roller here because it takes off. And what you do is take a plate and hold it straight to the ceiling, like you have a white plate with green olives on it. There's 6 green olives, and you're slowly going to roll those olives towards your chin by lengthening the back of your neck. It's also like picking up a kitten by the scruff of their neck, their fashion, letting them hang in it. And then take those olives and roll them towards your forehead. And then roll those olives towards your chin. And then rolling towards your forehead. One more. Lengthen the back of the neck, letting those olives slowly roll to the chin. And lift it back up. Take a beach ball breath. Breathe in all 6 different directions. And release the roller. And just lay down. Reach the legs out. Remember, this hurts the back in any way. You can put your hands underneath your tailbone. Palms face up. And let's just take inventory again. I want you to feel that your head is a mass, shoulders mass, our neck is a space, shoulders mass, ribs mass, belly button space, glutes mass, backs and legs hopefully mass, backs and knees space. And I want you to connect into this wave that goes throughout the body. Then I want you to take your head and turn all the way to the left. And see if you got a little bit more flexibility there. And then all the way over to the right. You feel that? Bring it back to center. Good. And I want you to feel down through your elbows and down through your hands. And by melting our shoulders, did we get those hands to open up? Did we release a little stuck stress on our shoulder girdle? If you feel that, you can wiggle your fingers. Just acknowledge what you're feeling in your body. And I want you to feel your rib cage is more down into the mat, a little bit more grounded. So wiggle. Point to your navel and see if that gap underneath your lower back is smaller. Maybe it's more towards your glutes instead of up towards your ribs, and just take note. Squeezing the glutes. Feel if your tailbone is up off the mat a little bit more. Got that? Yay. Feel the backs of your legs and see if you feel them down into the mat. Nice. Feel your calves are equally weighted. Take a peek at your feet and see if they seem a little bit relaxed. My feet are way more relaxed. Yeah, like whoop. And bring it back to center and divide your body into a left half and a right half. And earlier, if you were heavier on the left side or right side, did we even that out? Good. Open your eyes and look at the ceiling. And is your eye socket more straight to the ceiling, not so much behind you? And see if you feel that one. Nice. We're going to bend our knees. Good. And just push ourselves up. And then I'll say goodbye to you guys here on the floor, otherwise you won't be able to see me. But anyway, how's your body feel?
Great.
Awesome. Mine does too. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, that's always so wonderful.
Oh. Thank you.